Lisa here. Today I'm going to talk about the wounded self. The easiest way to understand the wounded self is to imagine a wounded child, for that is exactly what has happened. A wounded child's self, where our consciousness became fractured and we learned strategies of self-protection. We took on false and limiting beliefs. Unlike the feeling aspect of us, the core self, the wounded child self, is the thought aspect of us, located in the subconscious mind and housed in the fear center of the brain, the area of the fight or flight response. It holds all of our past negative experiences and false beliefs that we hold about ourselves, about others, and the world that triggered the stress response. The wounded child is the aspect that carries all of our fears, our false beliefs, and our controlling behaviors from not receiving the love that it needed as a child from physical, sexual, and or emotional abuse and neglect. While the false beliefs and self-abandoning behaviors cause us much emotional pain in adulthood, they were our survival mechanism as children. Our wounded child self can be at any age, at any given moment. It depends on how old you were when you learned a certain false belief, addiction, or a way to control. Our wounded child aspect may use food, alcohol, smoking, drugs to numb out fear, loneliness, heartbreak, and helplessness over others and our life situations. On one hand, our child self always fears of being rejected and abandoned. On the other hand, it holds great fear of being engulfed, smothered, or controlled, fearing the loss of others and the loss of self. This happens because it doesn't know how to manage rejection and we take it personally, or we don't know how to set appropriate limits against engulfment. Wounded child self hopes to ward off and control that which it fears through anger, blame, resistance, compliance, and withdrawal. All these aspects of the child self need healing, and only through compassion, acceptance, truth, and unconditional love of self can they be healed. The attempt to protect ourselves closes off our heart to avoid painful feelings in life, heartache, loneliness, sorrow, grief, helplessness. But doing so leaves us feeling alone and empty inside, and it drives our wounded child to try to have control over getting love with criticism, using the silent treatment, blaming others and ourselves, giving in to others and giving yourself up, trying to avoid emotional pain by using numbing techniques such as food and drugs and alcohol, TV, binge watching, gambling, sex, social media, and so on. The more we use these to try to fill a hole or suppress our emotional pain, therefore, the more we will indulge and try to feel better. It's a vicious cycle that we use of self-rejection and self-abandonment. When we don't honor our feelings and our emotions, we are abandoning our inner child, our wounded self. Until we are willing to face our inner child wounds, to face these painful aspects of self, we remain in trying to protect ourselves, putting up walls. We suppress, we deny, and we disown our own feelings and emotional pain. This just keeps us in the wounded child state of feeling unsafe. We will continue to live in a state of fear, trying to control our outer world, others, in hopes that we feel better. but we end up just feeling more empty, unworthy, and complete helplessness. It then empowers us to self-heal, helping us find the root cause of our fears, our anxiety, our depressions, our addictions, failed relationships, and any other problem that inhibited our personal and spiritual growth. It teaches you how to love yourself rather than abandon yourself. We can move beyond our emotional dependencies and attain emotional freedom. We can heal from our underlying control issues that stem from self-abandonment. Our false beliefs are the beliefs that we learned that cause us unnecessary fear, anxiety, and pain. We know when a belief is false, for the belief itself causes fear, anxiety, and depression, shame, and other painful, wounded feelings and emotions. Become mindful of your feelings and your emotions. Decide that you're going to take 100% responsibility for the way that you may be causing your own pain and for creating your own peace and joy also. Choose the intent to learn to love yourself and others for who you and who they are. Making this choice opens our heart and allows spirit in. Dialogue with your core self with compassion and acceptance and understanding. Discover how you are truly treating yourself and what negative self-dialogue that you've been telling yourself that is actually hurting you and causing you more pain. Explore your false beliefs and the behaviors that are attached to them that may be causing you more pain. Explore what brings you happiness and joy, the gifts that you hold that have been buried that make your self-core sing. Dialogue with spirit, your spirit guides. Discover the truth and the loving action towards yourself. Enhance your nutrition and start an exercise program that you love. Learn to define your own worth and your own lovability rather than handing that responsibility onto others. I hope this video helps you understand your core self, your wounded inner child, and to start you with the first steps toward your healing. Much love, Lisa.